Hello students, welcome to your chemistry class. In this video, we are going to discuss about the question answer of your second chapter. So while discussing the question answer, listen carefully and note down the answers properly. Okay, so let's start. Your first question is, state whether rusting of iron is a physical or chemical change. How can you prevent rusting of iron? So your answer is rusting of iron is a chemical change. Then we can prevent rusting of iron by applying a dry coating, galvanizing, painting, and you can also apply oil and powder coating. Okay children, so check your answers again. Rusting of iron is a chemical change, and we can prevent rusting of iron by applying a dry coating, galvanizing, painting, oiling and powder coating. Okay, I think you understood the answer. Then next question. Is an earthquake a periodic or non-periodic change? Give reasons. Also mention some of the losses that occur due to earthquakes. So, earthquake is a non-periodic change. Why? Because it does not occur periodically. The ground shaking may cause landslides, mudslides, and avalanches on steeper hills or mountains, all of which can damage building and hurt people. Okay, so we understood that your earthquake is a non-periodic change. Why? Because your earthquake does not happen or does not occur regularly. It does not occur periodically. Okay, and what are the losses that occur due to earthquakes are? The ground shaking may cause landslides, mudslides and avalanches on steeper hills or mountains, all of which can damage building and hurt people. Okay, then your next question. What are periodic and non-periodic changes? Each cyclonic whether a periodic or non-periodic change. So note down the answer students. Periodic change means changes which are repeated after a fixed interval of time are known as periodic changes. And non-periodic changes means changes that are not repeated at regular intervals and occur irregularly are called non-periodic changes. Then, cycling weather is a non-periodic change because it does not occur periodically at regular intervals. Then, fourth question. Is falling of leaves from a tree an irreversible change? Give reasons. So, your answer is yes. Falling of leaves from a tree an irreversible change because we cannot attach leaves again to a tree and the fallen leaf cannot be returned to its previous state. Okay children, then your next question. Give 3 characteristics of the following. First one is your physical changes. So in the physical changes, you can write that first characters. Note down students. A physical change is temporary and reversible. Then second character, no new substances are formed during a physical change. Then third characters, heat may be given out or absorbed in a physical change. Then we will write the character of your chemical change. So write first characteristics, that is new substances entirely with new properties are formed during a chemical change. Then second, chemical change cannot be reversed to get the original substance. Then third, chemical changes are accompanied with change in energy in the form of heat, light or sound. 5 number also finished. Then 6 number. Identify the changes and state whether energy is absorbed or evolved. Burning of paper. Tell me, it is a physical change or chemical change? So your burning of paper is a chemical change, and here your energy is evolved. Okay. Then growth in plants. Growth in plants also a chemical change, and here also energy is absorbed. Now here the energy will not released, here the energy is absorbed. Then making of food by green leaves. It is also a chemical change, and here energy is absorbed, because you know that plants make plants synthesize their food with the absorption of your sunlight. Okay, in the process of your photosynthesis, that's why your energy is absorbed here. Then next, lightening of an electric bulb. It is a physical change, and here the energy is evolved. Okay, because after the lightening of electric bulb we are getting the light energy, so here the energy is evolved. Then explosion of firecrackers. This one also your chemical change. Okay, and here the energy is evolved. Okay. Then 7 number. Break a wooden split into half. Break these pieces further into more smaller pieces. Are the smallest pieces that you have obtained still wood? Yes. After breaking also it is the same, that is your wood only. Then here you will write yes. Okay. Then second, is this a physical or chemical change, and why? Obviously it is a physical change, because only physical property of wood is changed and no new substance is formed. Okay students. Then next, your 4 number. Okay, what do you understand by desirable and undesirable changes? Each float a desirable or an undesirable changes give reason. Then write student what is desirable change and what is undesirable change. First we will write desirable change. The changes which benefits us in some way or the other are called desirable changes. Then what is undesirable changes? The changes which brings us some form of harm or cause destruction are called the undesirable changes. Then we will write, is flood a desirable or undesirable change? Obviously it is a undesirable change, because we don't want that flood should come to us and it will destruct all our things. Okay, so flood is a undesirable change, because due to flood people have to suffer a lot, and also there is a shortage of food. Sometimes the houses were destroyed, people have to suffer lot of difficulties, so it is an undesirable change. Okay, listen the answers properly and note down properly. Okay students. Then next question, explain the different types of energy needed for different kinds of chemical changes. Note down the answers students. First one, thermal energy. Heat is required for thermal dissociation kind of chemical change. This chemical change is known as thermal decomposition. Then light energy. Few chemical changes takes place in presence of UV light. This chemical change is known as photodecomposition. Then electric energy. When electricity is needed for decomposition, this kind of decomposition is known as electrolytic decomposition. So we can say that the four types of energy needed for different kinds of chemical changes, that is your heat, light, sound, electricity. Okay, so listen carefully and write the answers properly. Then next question, classify the following as physical or chemical changes. First one, so you have to separate that is physical or chemical changes. Okay, first one, melting of ice, so it is a physical change. Burning of agarbatti, that is a chemical change. Student, how you can know that is physical or chemical? If after the changes, if a new substance is forming, that is chemical change. After the changes also, if any new substance is not found, only that changes from one state to another, that is called a physical change. Okay, tearing of clothes, physical change. Cooking of food, chemical change. Formation of cloud, chemical change. Formation of seeds from flowers, chemical change. Drying of wet cloths, physical change. Formation of curd from milk, chemical change. Burning of cooking gas, chemical change. Dissolution of sugar in water, physical change. Hammering of metals to form seeds is called a physical change. Melting of wax is a physical change. Melting of butter is a physical change. Digestion of food, chemical change. Lightning in the sky, this is both physical and chemical change. Explosion of your firecrackers, chemical change. Okay, then next question, write the various conditions favoring a chemical change. So your answer is, some signs of a chemical change are a change in color and the formation of bubbles. The 5 conditions of chemical change are color change, formation of a precipitate, formation of a gas, odor change, temperature change. Okay, so these are the changes, or these are the conditions that affect the chemical change or that favor chemical change. Then describe the following changes on the basis of different criteria. First one, frying a puri. So which type of change it is? This one, a chemical change, because during frying oxidation is taking place, which is a chemical change. Then light coming out of an electric bulb, it is a physical change. When electric current is passed through the bulb, the filament starts glowing and the glowing stops as soon as we stop the current. So the change is temporary and no new substance are formed. That's why it is a physical change. Rolling out dough into chapatis, it is a physical change. But the making of roti on a gas stove, it is a chemical change. A tree falling in a storm, it is a natural change. Changes that occur due to an environment factor are called your natural changes, because your storm is a natural change, and if a tree also falls, that one also your natural change. Sharpening of a knife's blade, this one is a physical change, because no new substance is formed and no color change also, and it is temporary, so it's a physical change. Then distinguish between your controllable change and uncontrollable change. So make 2 column, and in controllable changes write, there are some changes which can be controlled. These changes are called controllable changes. This is your first point. Second point, for example, rusting of iron can either be slowed down or prevented. Okay, then in the uncontrollable changes write, There are changes over which we do not have control. These changes are called uncontrollable changes. For example, we have no control over the change of day and night, the phases of the moon, and the changes of seasons, and the movement of the planets and earthquakes. Okay? Then, the difference between physical change and chemical changes. So, you know the characteristics of your physical change and chemical change, so you can easily differentiate. Okay? Then, last number. That is your 7 number. Okay? Place some pieces of candle wax in a metal spoon. Hold the handle of the spoon with the cloth. Heat the spoon over a flame. Then first question. Describe what happens to the wax in the spoon. Your answer is, as the candle burns, solid wax becomes liquid and then evaporates to becomes liquid and then evaporates to become a gas. The gaseous wax burns in oxygen to produce water, carbon dioxide, heat and light. The burning candle also produces carbon in the form of the black spot we see on the spoon. Okay? Then next question. Is the material in the spoon still wax? I think you understood the answer of your first question. Okay? So what happens there? If the candle burns, obviously a solid wax becomes to liquid. Then it evaporates to become liquid and a gas. Then the gaseous wax burns in oxygen to produce water, carbon dioxide, heat and light. This burning candle also produces here carbon. You might have seen the black substances on the spoon. Okay, that is the carbon in the form of your black spot. Okay, then second question. Is the material in the spoon still wax? No, it is. It is in the form of your liquid wax. Okay, so you will write yes, the material in the spoon is wax but in the form of liquid. Then, is this a physical change or chemical change or both? Why? So students, this is your both physical change and chemical change. Why? Let's discuss. First one, it is a physical change because in melting of wax, only the state of wax changes from solid to liquid. It is reversible reaction because from liquid wax to again you can convert into solid wax after cooling and no new substance is formed. That's why it is a physical change. How it is a chemical change? It is a chemical change because when it burns, at that time it produces your water, carbon dioxide, heat and light. Okay? That's why it is a chemical change. Then remove the spoon from the flame and allow it to cool. What happens to the wax? You know that since it is a physical change, it again turns into solid wax on cooling and it is a reversible change. Then, is there a physical or chemical change taking place? Why? In melting of wax, so it is a physical change. Okay, so there is a physical change taking place. Why? In melting of wax, only the state of wax changes from solid to liquid. It is a reversible reaction and no new substance is formed. When the candle burns, the wax slowly melts, which freezes after some time, after cooling. Okay. So this is a physical change. So this much the answer. Okay. So we have completed the question answer part of your second chapter. Okay, and we have started the third chapter also, but in the next video we will have the test. Okay, yes, we cannot have the test by that traditional method. That means you can't come to the school and in front of me or in front of the teachers you can't write the answers. But another thing we can do, that is the test can be happen in the form of your self assessment. Okay, you will take as this is your self assessment. Self assessment means what? To check yourself. Okay, you have how you have learned how much you understood the topic, how much you gained the knowledge from that topic or from that class. Okay, so we will have the test in the form of your self assessment. Okay, in presence of the parents you will write the answer, or even if your parents are not there, it is not a problem because you are checking yourself that how much you understood. Okay, then if you will cheat yourself, or if you are writing the answers in cheating, that means you are cheating yourself. Okay, so be ready for the test. That is your first chapter we'll have in the next video. Okay, so this much for today's class. Thank you.